Okay, hi everyone. I'm really happy to be here to share our result about fair exchange on blockchain. This is a joint work with Lisa, Elaine, and Arvind. And during the talk, feel free to interrupt me anytime and ask me any question. First, what is fair exchange? Consider the following scenario. So on the left-hand side is me, and on the right-hand side is Elaine. I have 2 Bitcoins, and Elaine has 30 Ethers. How should we do if we want to exchange our cryptocurrency? We can use fair exchange. So a fair exchange protocol guarantees that either both party gets the item we want or neither of us does. So in this case, we can run a fair exchange protocol to guarantee that, okay, I can get Elaine's 30 Ethers and Elaine can guarantee that to get my 2 Bitcoins, or like the protocol fails and neither of us get items we want. And in this example, we want to exchange 2 cryptocurrencies, but in general, you can use fair exchange protocol to change everything. Like you can use 2 Bitcoins to change some NFTs, or you can just exchange like 2 NFTs on 2 different chains. And what's important is that the fair exchange protocol should guarantee, the guarantee should hold even if one of the parties can deviate from the protocol. So for example, in this case, my best interest is I can get Elaine's 30 Ethers for free. And actually, we already have the solutions for fair exchange if we assume all the miners are honest. However, blockchain is a decentralized setting, decentralized ledger, where like thousands of the miners around the world maintain the blockchains, and those miners are not trustworthy. So this is actually the new challenge in the mechanism design in the blockchain setting. How should we deal with the case where the platform maintainers, which is the miner in this case, is also a strategic player? And what's worse is on blockchains, we have smart contracts. So it's really easy for the miner to collude with some user and split the profit by the smart contract. So for example, if I'm the miner, I can go come to the user and say, okay, let's form a coalition. So it is okay that you maybe you lose a little bit, but I can earn a lot, and we can split the profit off the table. And actually, in practice, we already observe this kind of phenomenon, which in the blockchain community is called miner extractable value (MEV). So, for example, in like a trading platform, people want to buy and sell cryptocurrencies. Miner can use its power to reorder the transactions in the block to take the advantage of the trading users. So here is the question we want to answer today. Can we have a fair exchange protocol that defends against any arbitrary side contract that's formed by like any minor user coalitions? And in the following 10 minutes, I'm going to explain why the existing protocol fails if miner can collude with the user arbitrarily. And then I'll give our solutions. So far, any question? Good. Okay, so to see why the current solution failed, let's consider a simpler case, which we call knowledge coin exchange. So in this case, Elaine is not holding the cryptocurrency, but she holds a secret string A. So you can think of A just a binary strings, and I want to use 2 Bitcoins to buy the strings. So in this case, Elaine is the secret seller, and I'm the secret buyer. So in practice, this kind of functionality can actually implemented by HTOC, and this is how it works. So at the beginning, we will deploy a smart contract on blockchains, and I as a secret buyer will deposit 2 Bitcoins here. And at the beginning, Elaine will compute the hash value of the secret. And this hash value is hard to invert. So if I only see this hash value H, I cannot guess what is the underlying secret A. So this is how the smart contract works. Once I deposit the payment to Bitcoins, Elaine will send a transaction which includes the underlying secret A to the smart contract. And smart contract will check, okay, whether the hash of A equals to the hash value, which is hardwired at the beginning. If yes, then the secret seller, Elaine, can earn the payment to Bitcoins. And because in this case, the transaction already includes A, so I, as a secret buyer, learns the information I want. So both of us get the item we want. However, I, as a secret buyer, I have a concern that what's happening if I just deposit 2 Bitcoins there, but the secret seller just dropped out, maybe due to the network issue or she lost her secret key. I don't want my money to be locked there forever. So there is a backup activation points in HTOC saying like, after some time, if Elaine hasn't sent the secret A, I, as a secret buyer, can withdraw my deposit there. So I just need to send the transaction to the smart contract. After some time t, I can get my money back. And in practice, if you have 2 HTOC instances, you can realize the coin swap that we mentioned at the beginning. Okay, so in practice, if all the miners are honest, this actually performs well. But let's think about it. What if miner is also strategic? What if miner can collude with one of us? What will happen? So here's the problem. The miner can collude with the secret buyer. The point is that there is a backup point after some time t. If there is no transaction includes the secret A, I can get my money back. So in this case, I can collude with miner and saying like, just ignore all the transactions that Elaine sends. Just pretend that she's not there. And after some time t, I can get my money back while the honest Elaine already sent the transactions, but it is not included in the block. So I actually learned the secret for free. And I can split the profit with my miner. So this is the issue of the current solution. And there's a recent work called MAT HTOC that proposed to use collateral. They ask the user to put collateral. However, they can only defend against some very specific attack, but cannot defend against arbitrary side contract. So again, come to our question today. Can we have a fair exchange mechanism that defend against arbitrary side contract? So far, any question? Cool. And here is our solution. And we call our solution Rapidash. So the high-level intuition is, let's make HTOC side contract resilient. So we follow the previous work's idea. I, as a secret buyer, in addition to the payment, I also put some collateral there. And this contract has 4 activation points. P1 and P2 are mutually exclusive. Then that means only one of them can be activated. If P1 is activated, then P2 cannot be activated. And similarly, C1 and C2 are also mutually exclusive. Okay, but don't be worried. It looks complicated, but it's actually, there are only 3 possible outcomes. And let's go to it one by one. So the first possible outcome is the good case. If everyone is honest, everyone is responsive, then I put my payment there, I put my collateral there, Elaine sends the secret, Elaine can get the payment. I learned the secret, I get my collateral back immediately. So this is the good case, everyone is happy. The second possible outcome is what if the secret seller drop out? In this case, I need to wait for a timeout T1. And before the smart contract is run, I actually also hardwire the hash value of a secret B. So B just like a chosen uniformly at the beginning. And I hardwire the hash value of B in the contract. So once T1 is out, I just send the transaction includes B to the smart contract. Smart contract that, okay, this is consistent with the hash value. And I wait for another timeout T2. So after T1, I send B. When P2 is activated, and I wait for another timeout T2, and then I can get my money back. So there's actually 2 steps for me to get my money back. And the reason for this is for the third possible outcome. So the third possible outcome saying like, if both secret A and B are publicly known, everyone can just send A and B to the smart contract. And that person can get a tiny incentive epsilon, and everything else is burnt. So the rationale behind this design is, if Elaine is a secret seller, she sends A, then I should not get my money back. So if everyone is honest, A and B should not be there simultaneously. So if A and B are both are there, something must be wrong. And we just burn all the money as a punishment. And in our paper, we mathematically show that this set is, if every players are rationals, then everyone is incentivized to play honestly. So everything sounds good. So we have the side contract resilient HTOC, and can we just follow the previous idea that we use 2 HTOC instances and combine them to achieve coin swap? Unfortunately, the answer is no. So one of the major contributions in our paper is that we notice the game theoretic fairness notion is not composable. If you just naively compose 2 Rapidash, it doesn't give you a side contract resilient coin swap. So in our paper, we explain how do you compose 2 HTOC instances and what is the necessary modification to achieve the side contract resilience. So in our paper, we have a complete protocol description, and we prove it can defend against arbitrary sign contract. And our solution is totally Bitcoin compatible. So you actually don't need like a fancy Turing complete smart contract like Ethereum. The limited Bitcoin script can already achieve this. And we call our protocol Rapidash because Rapidash is actually the fire type Pokemon. It can protect its rider, but it can use the fire to attack the adversary. So if you're an honest user, you are protected. But if you try to deviate from the protocol, you'll be burned. So finally, let me quickly mention what is more in our paper. We give a detailed protocol. We also propose another notion called called maximum fairness. So you might be interested in that. Okay, so what if some player just like be naughty, and it can harm the other player? It can just like make my payment be burned. And in our paper, we show that as long as both players are not totally irrational, as long as the external incentive is bounded, we can have the guarantee that the honest player will not be harmed. And we show this by analyze the meta game, and we also give the complete Bitcoin instantiations. And you can find our paper online, and thank you so much.
Any questions for Hao Chung?
So if you relate this to max talk, which was explicit about the timeline and length of the validation chain and so on. So the naive version of hash time lock is, they're both pre-programmed. It takes the secret to release one side, and that has to be sent as if it was all in the message system. If I understand correctly, what you're saying is no, because the Bitcoin has to be validated. The transaction has to be validated before the Bitcoin can actually be sent. And that's what's creating the opportunity with this time lag for you to withdraw it. And so
I'm not sure whether I understand the question correctly. By validating, you mean the transaction is included in the block?
This problem is arising because of the validation in the blockchain. It's not a problem with the messaging system, right?
Right. So the attack actually is the honest sender already sends the transactions, but that transaction just like it's not even getting to the blockchain. But I, as a buyer, already see the underlying secret. So it's not about the consensus level.
And your solution has something to do with you're not getting the secret from Elaine. It has to go through some third party or some layer before you actually see it. Is that correct?
No. It is like if honest Elaine already sends the secret, then I should not have the incentive to try to get my money back. Because if Elaine's secret is already out, I also try to get my money back, then the consequence is all the money will be burnt. So we don't need a trusted third party here.
Yeah, I was thinking of a solution where even though the message is out, somehow it's concealed. So you as the other party to the contract don't see it.
Oh, okay. It's not that case. If the message is out, I should not. I already learned it. In this case, I should not try to get my money back. Thank you.
So I have a question about the relationship between the different parameters here. So you had a value V, which is the value of the secret being purchased, and then you also had a collateral amount C. And then presumably there's some sort of assumptions made on the adversary, sort of, in that bounded sense, how much are they willing to sacrifice? So how are these related? Is C like at least as big as D, or is the capital efficiency essentially this arrangement half of what it would have been in a more naive arrangement? Give me some sense of like how these parameters play with each other.
Yeah, cool. So in our paper, we have like a complete description of that. So it is a function of the value V, also the collateral, and also the time lock like T1 and T2, and also like we need to incentivize some people to burn it if people deviate. So there is epsilon incentive for everyone. So all those parameters are correlated. So intuitively, if you are willing to wait for a longer, which is T1, T2 are larger, then the collateral can be smaller, and vice versa.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.